Hello guys, welcome back to Ceefashion Academy. Today I'll be teaching you guys how to make this kind of collar, which is mostly used for A-line dresses and others. Now look at it, you notice that it has two ends, as you can see the middle part, and it also has provision for zip at the back. It is not like the regular shirt collar. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching us, so please I want you to make sure you pay very good attention. Make sure you watch this video to the end and make sure you learn from this video. Okay, and also please, if you love the video, I want you to make sure you click on that like button just to support us, show us that you love the video so that we continue doing more for you guys. Okay, thank you very much. So watch. Okay guys, next thing to do, make sure you measure the round neck that is on the dress you want to put this particular collar. Please make sure you measure both the word zipper allowance. Remember I told you this is not the regular shirt collar. Okay, after that, take your interface and fold it into two. Okay, so after you finish folding, please I want you to know that this collar has two sections. That is the lower section and the upper section. So the lower section will be cutting out first. As you can see, I'm marking out the thickness of the lower section, which I'm using from 1 to 1.5. So you can choose any one. As you can see, I finished marking out this one, which is 1 inch. That is what I'm using to make it more feminine. Now take your ruler and do connect. Okay, so next thing you are going to do, okay, as you can see, I'm kind of cross-checking it to make sure that it is exactly 1 inch. So next thing you're going to do, let's say you finish measuring your neck and it is 20 inches. Thereby you divide it by 2, which we get 10 inches. Mark out, place your tape and mark out your 10 inches. This is very, very correct. Okay, next thing to do is to curve it out since the neck is not straight. So from there, make sure you step up and mark half inch or quarter inch, as you can see. Okay, next thing is divide the 10 by 2, which is 5. Get also that point. As you can see, we have 2 points. Next thing you need to do is to do take your rule and do connect. Okay, so at the end of the day, this makes it to be curved. Okay, so next thing you're going to do is to do take your scissors and they cut it out. That is the lower section of the collar. Remember I told you guys that this collar has two sections. That is the lower and the upper section. The lower section is this one which we are cutting, and we are still going to cut at the upper section. Okay guys, please make sure you like this video to support us. I will really appreciate that. Okay, as you can see, we are done cutting at the lower section. So next thing we are going to do now is to do cut out the upper section. Okay guys, cutting out the upper section. After you are done cutting, please, next thing you need to do, which is very important, take your tape and measure to confirm it is still 20 inches. That is the circumference of the neck. Okay, after that, make sure you fold your interfacing for the second part, which is the upper section of the collar. So please make sure you fold with the same method you folded for the lower section, which was your round neck divided by 2, which is 20 divided by 2, which is 10 inches. Okay guys, because the upper section is not going to be entering into the zipper allowance, so that means if the lower section is 20 inches, that is divided by 2 is 10 inches, the upper section is not going to be 10 inches. The upper section is going to be 8 inches. Do you understand? Like I said, if the lower section is 20 inches, that is divided by 2 is 10. The upper section is going to be 8 inches. Okay, since it is 8 inches, as you guys can see, how are we going to achieve that 8 inches? Now look at it very well. We are going to be deducting or stepping in with 1 inch on both sides. Are you seeing it? Both edges. Now look at it. As you can see, this is actually 1 inch. Look at it very well. 1 inch. Now look at the other part too. Is 1 inch on both edges. Are you seeing it? Now when you add all of them together, what you'll be getting is still the same 10 inches, but just that 1 inch is subtracted by on the both sides. Okay, so after that, next thing you are going to do is to mark out the thickness. Now in this case, the thickness is going to be 3 inches. Okay, make sure you mark it out. After that, the next thing you are going to do is to do to connect. Okay, still mark out your 3 inches. Now take your rule and do connect. Okay, now as you can see, now look at how we are going to be connecting. Now this part, are you seeing it? Connect this way in order to make it sharper. Okay, this one I've connected now is an error. I'm supposed to connect it to the other end in order to get a sharper edge. I'll still correct it later. Okay, So guys, as you can see, I've actually yeah, I've corrected it at this point. Are you seeing it? It's supposed to be drawn that way, this way, not that way. Are you seeing it? Both of the edges are what? Sharper. It's not going to be, it's not supposed to be straight. Okay, next thing you need to do is to do what? Make sure you cut it out. Remember what I told you guys, you deduct 1 inch from what? Both sides. Please note that. Okay, make sure you use your scissors and do what? Cut it off in order to achieve what you're actually seeing on your screen now. Okay, so this is the one we are going to be using as the what? The upper section. Okay. Okay guys, as you can see, since the neck is still not straight, all we are going to do is to do what? From here, step up by what? Half inch. Are you saying it? And use your rule and do what? Connect slantwise. Do you understand? This is because the neck is not straight. Okay, so after doing that, take your scissors and they cut it off. Okay, as you can see, we are cutting it off right now. So after you are done cutting it off, next thing you are going to do is to do what? First of all, as you can see, I'm going to be using this lower part. Are you seeing it? So this is the lower part. When you place it, this is how it's going to look like. Are you seeing it? Okay. Why unfold? But when you unfold it, are you seeing it? When you unfold it, you are going to be getting a totally different thing. Okay. I think I'll show you guys how to do, how it will look like when you unfold it. Okay. Are you seeing it? So this is how it's going to look like. Please, as you guys can see, I'm actually working with an interfacing at this moment. I will still work on this so that when I finish it, you guys will see how it really looks like. Okay, so that is it. So it's time for us to work with our fabric. All we need to do, get your fabric, fold into two and place your what interfacing on top of your what fabric. After you finish doing that, make sure you take your iron and do what? Iron it out. It's very important you do that. Okay guys, as you can see, I want to first I want to straighten my fabric first. Do you understand? It's very important for you to straighten your fabric before you even start gumming. But before we gum it on the fabric, there's something you need to do. Place it and do what? Notch on one part. This is to enable you know which part are supposed to face each other. Do you understand? Okay, so make sure you okay, I'm trying to cut it off so that because the material looks excess. So take it, place your interfacing and the gum. This is how you do it. Okay, place it and do what? Gum. Okay guys, as you can see, after you are done gumming, next thing you're going to do is to do what? So from here, are you seeing it, down to this very side? Also, so from here down to this very side. Are you seeing it? So the two sides and the what? The upper part, leaving only the what? Down part open. Please, it's necessary for you to know this. Okay, so after you are done sewing, okay, as you can see, we actually done sewing. Okay, next thing you need to do is to do what? Cut it out and trim out the excess, leaving only what? Half inch on all the sides. Okay, so this is what we'll be doing now. Okay, as you guys can see, I'm done doing that. So next thing you need to do is to do what? Make sure you turn from the down part. Please do the same thing on the other side also. Turn from the down part. Are you seeing it? Okay, make sure you turn it. After you finish turning it, take your iron and iron it out so as for it to appear very neat. Okay guys, as you can see, after we are done doing that, next thing you need to do is to do a place it. Okay, as you can see, it is now okay. So next thing you'll be working on is what? We'll be working on the what? The lower part. Okay, now get a fabric that is what? More than the what? The lower part. That's what I'm trying to talk about is what? Interfacing. This is the fabric. Are you seeing it? It is into two. Okay, so now keep one aside. Okay, take your interfacing and place on top of it. Please make sure that this material will be what? Longer and wider than your what? Interfacing, as you can see on your screen now. Okay, next thing you need to do is to do what? Iron it out. Iron it out. After you are done ironing it out, next thing you need to do also is to do what? Take your scissors and they cut out the excess, remaining only half inch on all the sides. Okay guys, as you can see, we are done cutting out the excess, remaining only ½ inch on all the sides. So next thing you need to do is what, as you can see on the down part, make sure you fold it like this. Yeah, fold according to the shape of the interfacing, and use your iron and iron it directly on top of the material so that it will relax very very. As you can see, it is actually doing what, relaxing. Okay, but if yours is not relaxing, please, I want you to make use of what we call what, hemming gum, and hold it there, because it's very important that it is very very firm, because when it's not firm, it will not just come out the way you want it while sewing. Okay, so next thing you are going to do is to do what, fold it into two in order to get the middle part. Do you understand? So because we are on the verge of finishing the collar. Okay, now you've gotten the middle part. Next thing you need to do is to do what, take your scissors and do what, notch out the middle part. Okay, as you can see, we finished notching it now. So next thing you need to do, this is the second fabric. Remember when we wanted to do this down part, the fabric was what, 2, and we used one for this one you are seeing here, and this particular one we did not use it. So we are going to use it now for the lower part. Now as you can see, take the upper part as you are seeing on your screen, take it. Okay, make sure you place it the way I'm going to place it now. Okay, place it at the center of the fabric. Okay, place it. Okay, look at how I'm placing it. Are you seeing it? Okay, place it like this. Okay, place it on top of the fabric. Do you understand? Okay, after you finish placing, as you can see, the middle part of this one, also use it and what, place at the middle part. Okay, as you can see, the other fabric is at the down part, while the upper section is at the middle, and while this particular one is at the upper. So make sure you do what, take your pin and what, hold it. Take your pin and so that it will not scatter while you are doing what, sewing it. So after you finish doing that, next thing you are going to do is to do what, sew. Okay, so still use your pin and do what, hold it very firm. Okay, like I said, the next thing you're going to do is to do what, sew. But I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the sewing. It is very very important. Now look at it. Do the sewing like this. Start from here. Are you seeing it? Follow the interfacing, and you end. Do you understand? So that is how you do the sewing. Are you seeing it? Okay, start from here. You can start from here. Are you seeing it? Follow the interfacing. Okay, follow the interfacing and you end. So that is what we've actually done. As you can see, I've done the sewing. So next thing you need to do is to do what, take your scissors and cut out the what, excess. Are you seeing it? Look at it. I'm actually cutting out the excess. Thank you. You can remain either 1/4 inch, ½ inch, whichever one you want to remain, but just know that the smaller you remain, the better it comes out to be. Okay, the better you get. As you can see, we finished 3 minutes. So next thing you need to do is to do what, turn it like this. Okay, to tell you the truth, our collar is now what, ready. Okay, it's just remaining for us to do some ironing and just the final steps. That is what is remaining. Okay, you can use your scissors and do what, shaping it out very very well. Okay, so like I said, next thing is to do now is to do what, iron. It's very very important that we do what, we iron, because iron actually brings out your work so perfect. Okay, so guys, please, thank you guys for watching. As you can see, I'm actually ironing it. Okay, like I said, if you want to support us and if you love this video, please make sure you click on the like button. This is to enable you to do what, support us. Okay, but we are not done yet. So as you can see, we finished ironing. Okay, and you are seeing also the excess at the down part. Are you seeing it? So all you are going to do is to do what, take your scissors and do what, cut off the excess, remaining only what, 1/4 inch, as we are doing it right now. Are you seeing it? We are remaining only what, 1/4 inch. This enables you get a better finishing while coupling this your collar. So you can see, we are now done. We are now what, done. Okay, we are now done. So next thing I'm going to be doing now is to be showing you guys how this collar is. Okay, as you can see, I also use the same method to make this particular collar. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys.
Ceefashion Academy for male and female, plenty style for different garments. Anywhere you dey, no be wahala, make you call our number. We dey teach people how to be a fashion designer. Ankara bag we dey do, Ankara shoes we dey do, bangles and many